All right, I'm getting ready to watch episode 9 of season 4 of Attack on Titan, the final season of Attack on Titan. And episode 8, wow, it really took me for a ride. You know, we lost one of my favorite characters. Very, very sad there. We also had a little bit of a reveal about Zeke, and you could say even a little bit of a reveal about Eren there. But now I want to see what is the fallout after that assault and that assassination and all those reveals that happened between episode 5 and 8. So let's jump into episode 9 and what I assume is a new turn in the story. And we're somewhere with the torch. That's how we're starting out. I see an old scout uniform there. And the seashell. Oh, okay. So they're like thinking back on what happened 3 years ago. We're going to get some backstory here. What's going on during the time jump? Oh, and it looks like Marley sent a scout team aboard a ship back over to Paradis. They went to land and they haven't been heard from. All right, I want to see what happens here. You know, what happened to these ill-fated expeditions sent to Marley? Something came up under the ship, it looks like. Okay, who's up in the ship? What's capsizing it? It's Eren. Of course it's Eren. Look at that. Wow. Oh, is he carrying the whole boat up on land? Whoa, that's pretty impressive. That boat is way heavier, I would imagine, than that boulder he moved at the end of season 1. Or in the midpoint of season 1. Oh, wow. Hanji running out, kind of crazy as ever, welcoming them as her guests to Paradis. I love how she's acted like a hostess or something here rather than a captor. Oh, so they already have guests who arrived before them. They captured the scout. You know, the scouts captured the Marleyan scout unit. Oh, man, I still can't believe that Eren carried that whole big, ship up on Levi telling Hanji, enough with your lame skit. This is real. It's getting real now. Oh, wow, this guy hurling insults at Levi like he's in charge. You know, there was a gigantic titan that just carried your boat ashore. Yeah, maybe you'll watch your mouth a little bit with Eren back there. Oh, wow, this guy's ready to fight to the death, even though death seems... Uh-oh. Who just got shot? Oh, is that Sasha shot the captain? Oh, so she's their sniper. Oh, no, it's Elena. Elena working with the folks of Paradis. So is Elena Marleyan? Like, I asked myself this question back, and I did this previous review video. I want to find out a little bit more about Elena. Is she Marleyan or a secret Eldian? Hopefully we find out this episode because I'm intrigued. I asked that question, like, who is Elena? I asked myself that. Well, during the OP, I'll just take a minute to let folks know, in case you don't already know, I do have a Patreon now. There is a link to my Patreon in the video description, so feel free to click on that and check it out if you think you're in a position to support the channel. Brave Volunteers is the name of this episode. I like that title. It has me excited for what we're going to see here, what kind of backstory we're going to get. So, yeah, they referred to Elena as a huge lady, so she did look pretty tall. I did not expect it to be a female character when she first showed up in disguise. Maybe that's why she disguised herself as a male. I want to see what they learn here, too. Oh, Eren says it was just a case of right place at the right time, too. They just stopped it, ran into him by chance, that it's not their clever planning. But you don't got to let them know that, right? Let them think you're capable. Oh, Hanji is impressed with this, handgun that she's got here. Very different from the kind of guns that they have there in Paradis. Is that like a Mauser or something? I don't know what you'd call that gun. I'm not a gun expert. Oh, countless, there's 1 million soldiers, a navy, 3 fleets. They're talking about just how outsized they are by the military of Marley. So, I guess maybe this is how Hanji's going to develop whatever plan she's come up with. Because they did execute a pretty impressive assault to be the much smaller military here. They're like asymmetrical warfare. But I think that's the guy who wound up flying the blimp. He's the one telling her that the blimps exist, right? Oh, they're going to explain why they haven't attacked already? Yeah, they themselves are a little bit afraid of the pure titans. Oh yeah, kind of like the double-edged blade, those pure titans out there. They're keeping the Eldians inside Paradis, trapped behind the walls, but they're also keeping the Marleyan forces out of the walls. Yeah, they're kind of surprised that they feel so nonchalant out here, so they must have cleaned out all the pure titans. So that means they've opened up a ground attack. You got rid of that double-bladed or double-edged sword. You get rid of both sides of it, unfortunately. All right, let's hear this second reason. Oh, because they've got this big war, like with the Mid-East alliance. So Paradis has to be an afterthought. Yeah, they kind of humbled Marley when they captured those titans, is what Elena's telling them. And kind of retreading stuff we already know, but to let Hanji know that it's that loss at Paradis that caused those other nations to unite in an alliance against Marley, to kind of fight their hegemony in the region. Oh, wow. So let's hear what Elena's got to say about the truth of the issue. Oh, they're from conquered nations. They're sort of conscripts to Marley, but they never develop loyalty to Marley, is what I'm picking up here. And then Zeke. Zeke mobilized them for his own purposes. Oh, interesting. Elena saw more to Zeke than what the rest of the world did. Oh, I like this. She's calling him like a god and giving help to the powerless. Sounds a little bit about what Rod Rice said about the Founding Titan, doesn't it? They mutinied at Zeke's command. Oh, wow. So there is this anti-Marleyan troop that's there to try to help free the Eldians, unified by Zeke, but they're non-Marleyan, but they're also non-Eldian. They're like these irregulars or something. I love it. Oh, and here we have still the government, even though it's a military government, it looks like now, and it's Historia's government, they're still as obstructionist as ever when Hanji shares all this information. It's like they don't want to hear about it. Even Zackley, they got him away from his butt chug experiments long enough to attend this meeting, and he's still not being helpful. But let's see what Pixis. Pixis always the level head. Yeah, he was a level head. He wanted to hear what else Zeke had to say. So now we know it's been like 3 years or so now that Zeke has been planning what's unfolding now with Hanji. I think that's amazing. And Zeke's aware that he knows exactly what he and Eren can accomplish together. And now they're letting the military leaders know it, and they don't seem to want to believe it. Wow, that feels so familiar sometimes. Yeah, Eren's going to confirm what Zeke's telling him. So let's see if they trust a little bit more coming out of Eren's mouth. Yeah, nice Season 2 flashback here. Loved that episode. But that was before he knew who Dinah was. But now that he knows Zeke is Dinah's son, he absolutely believes in Zeke's plan. I wonder if this is going to show us when Eren decides to go rogue and kind of what he was up to. Wow. Talking about the rumbling. Oh, Levi not happy with Eren keeping this little secret for the past year. Oh, hey, Eren's doing something unexpected. He's just straight up telling the truth. He didn't want his story to get turned into a Titan. Well, good for you. Good for you, Eren. You're just being clear. And he also apologized. Wow. Seeing a lot out of Eren. It's shaking me up a little bit. But this gets Hanji to believe in Zeke's secret plan. But of course, they have nothing but troubles from the leaders in Paradis, it seems like, from episode 1. Even with the coup and the new government and with Historia's regime, they still have trouble from the leadership. Yeah. So this explains how they intercepted all the other ships that came, as they had this one ship working on their own side, this anti-Marley ship. Okay, I was curious to see how they managed to do this, and I'm glad they're showing it to us. Oh, not only they're being a little proactive in it too, luring people in at the time and place they want. Nice little ambushes. Let's see what happens here. Is Eren just gonna... Oh, is that Eren or is that... That looked like it could have been Armin. Yeah, it's Armin. Wow. That blast that works so well against the blockade, or so gruesomely if you don't want to use the word well, looks like it's working pretty gruesomely here too. Taking out all the Marleyan naval officers and stuff. I love Levi's word choices. Welcome to the filthy island of filthy devils. You can leave if you want, but not on a ship. You got to swim. Oh, I do like these word choices. And then Armin, the Colossal Titan, thinking about how it was actually fun when they were luring him into their traps. Okay, now it looks like we're back in the present day with Armin's seashell, his conch shell. And it's taken on like a whole different gravity now that they're learning some of the nuances of the world beyond the sea. How complex and full of unknowns it is. Like the real world, right? Complex. Oh, wow. Sasha asking about Onion Capone's skin tone. Oh, I love his answer. It's more interesting. The world's more interesting with the mix of people. Oh, wow. I like that he's also given some encouragement to the descendants of Ymir or whatever. Oh, God gave Ymir the power. I like On Capone. I got to practice his name. I apologize for getting that wrong. I like his philosophy there, though. His philosophy on God and on, rather than the devil of all the earth, it was God that gave Fritz the Titan power. Oh, they don't even know about eating lobster? They've never had seafood because they've been so far from the sea. That gives that can of pickled herring so much more perspective now, which somebody kind of pointed it out, but now I'm really feeling it. Oh, Sasha, loving the lobster. That does not surprise me because she would be a Red Lobster's nightmare on like all you could eat lobster day. She loves it. Oh, it makes me so much more sad knowing she's gone. But wow, she is ripping into that lobster. He better get to boiling. She's gonna need more. Does the ocean hold enough lobster to satiate Sasha's appetite for crustaceans? Okay, so they're, I guess, practicing on their rifle skills. I don't know. Does Eren use a rifle much? Armin trying to talk a little sense here. Oh, he's trying to talk about building bridges instead of fences or whatever. Trying to understand each other and make something work. Oh, well. Sounds like Eren is not interested, but they are talking about whether or not Armin has started to have any of Bertolt's memories yet. Oh, Eren's keeping a counting clock on how much time Zeke has left. So they're telling us a little bit about that. Yeah, questioning Elena. Well, I have the benefit of having seen the last episode, so I trust Elena. Oh, but I like this. Do we really have to threaten with sort of a mutually assured destruction threat in order to be free? No, he really wants to try diplomacy. I love that, Armin. So proud of you, Armin, for wanting to try diplomacy. I think that's the solution that the creator would want us to take from this story, that diplomacy would have been a better action. But it does feel doomed to fail, doesn't it? That whole cycle of hate and vengeance begats vengeance kind of thing that I talked about in the last review. Oh, and even trying to convince their captive Marleyans that they're not devils. That could be hard. Could take a long time. By then, Zeke wouldn't be with us anymore. Oh, so that is part of the plan is to... Oh, no! Oh, man, taking us right back to the heartbreak now. With Sasha getting shot by Gabi on the blimp. Man, a heartbreak. I was really enjoying the exposition, too. Armin realizing he doesn't understand Eren as much as he thought. All right, a little bit of info about the ship that went and the investigative ships. I'll get back to that later. Looks like we're in a cemetery here. I guess this is a cemetery back on Parody, right? Oh, wow. Who did they discover? There's Jean there. They're trying oh, Nicolo is the one who cooked all the lobster. Why would you beat up your lobster chef? Come on. This is what I'm saying. This bias turning against the others, and it just gets in this cycle and this hatred that builds upon itself. And I really respect that at least Armin and Mikasa and some people want to break this cycle. But boy, they got a tough battle if Nicolo can't even go to the cemetery without being attacked. Okay, so this is back in present day. I guess they flew their blimp back to Paradis. Yeah, talking about Sasha and how much she loved his lobsters. Yeah, he doesn't understand just how important tasty food was to Sasha, I think. That's why they're all grateful that he cooked those lobsters for Sasha. Everyone, of course, very understandably sentimental with Sasha recently being deceased. Connie saying that he feels like half of himself is gone. I knew they were close. I didn't, I guess, link that he considered her like a twin. Oh, there's her father. We haven't seen him since season 2, have we? The old cowboy type out in the woods. Made her grow up with a rock as her best friend. Oh, Nicolo gonna give his condolences to Sasha's father. Oh, that's nice. He appreciated how much she appreciated his food. And he wants to feed her father. There's something so sweet about that. So, like, fulfilling emotionally about, hey, I can't feed Sasha anymore. Let me give you some of her favorite foods. And I love it that the dad asks, it's free, right? I don't have to pay for this lobster. Oh, man, touching stuff there. Oh, we got Zeke sneaking around. Oh, is Zeke back in... Where is... Okay, Zeke's with Levi. Okay. Oh, yeah, Levi's kind of telling Zeke, if I reveal your plan, it's not just you that's gone, but your family. I wonder how Eren feels about that. I don't think Levi cares how Eren feels about anything right now, though. Okay, I thought that he met Eren on the airship. I guess I thought wrong. So he wants to meet Eren, but I thought they had already met on the airship. Oh, wow, they stole a lot of Titan serum. That's a pretty good supply of Titan serum. What does Pixis plan to do with it? I do like Pixis's respect here towards Elena and not, bringing out those prejudices that are common between the Marleyans and the Eldians. Yeah, Elena saying, hey, we've shown our loyalty here. Oh man, the guns that they brought as gifts were used to take themselves captive. I wonder what Pixis is going to do with this serum. I wonder if part of the idea, well, they need it to pass on powers, right? If they want to pass on Zeke's power, they want to pass on Annie's power, the powers that Eren's consolidated, they need that Titan serum. But I also suspect if part of it is to give some to people who think they're Marleyans and prove that all of them have a little bit of Eldian blood or something, to prove that everybody's actually intermingled along the years. And it's an artificial prejudice that they have against one another. I would like for that to be a theme to explore. Yeah, you can really feel that tension between Levi and Zeke right now. Even though they're sort of on the same side, they clearly don't like each other. And Gabi's sitting in her prison cell just thinking strangely about Eren, I'll say. Really curious to see how Gabi processes Zeke's betrayal to Marley. Like, is she going to be loyal to him? I asked that question. I want to know. Yeah, she's convinced that the port's destroyed, so I don't know. I mean, I know that they captured lots. Maybe they clogged it up with other ships. Oh, wow. He's talking to Annie. Oh, that's great. That's pretty cool to see young Falco talking to Annie inside of her crystal coconut. I guess, is that Sasha's grave where Mikasa's at right now? Oh, is Eren giving himself a haircut? Or is he just taking a shower? I think he's giving himself a haircut. So let's see. Oh. Oh. Not a fan of the new haircut, Eren. Now, in all fairness, I didn't get to see it after it's been blow-dried and everything in full glory. But cutting the hair, that means we're getting a new phase of Eren. Cuts his hair means he's got a new attitude. Just, nice little shorthand in narrative fiction. It's a good episode. It gave me some good exposition about what happened during the time jump because, of course, I just had tons of questions about what happened during the time jump. I'm sure lots of people had some of those same questions I did. Of course, there's still a lot to figure out, like just how much does Levi trust Zeke? How much do I trust Zeke? How well are Zeke and Eren going to work together? What does the future hold for Elena and her fellow sort of captives who came there to volunteer to help and they're kind of being treated like prisoners? Will this cycle of hatred and prejudice ever get broken between the two groups? Anya Capone, I got to practice his name a little bit, but he seems like a real breath of fresh air as sort of an outsider in this whole dispute. So I love that character, even though he had very small amount of screen time here. But boy, can't wait to get into the next episode. Can't wait to see this strange turn that the final season has been, which is a beautiful, brilliant turn, but it was an unexpected turn for me, and I'm loving it. I'm enthralled. I want to see what happens next. So I'm just going to say, I'm proud of you for watching anime, and I'll talk to you again soon.
I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. It really means a lot to me. And if you think you might be in a position to support the channel over at Patreon, well, there is a link in the video description. So feel free to click on it and check it out. Thank you.